We don't have that mindset. Now, at a certain age, you burn out. And let's just look at his audition. If it's
The importance of keeping up with tech. Bro, I'm telling you, I always freak out when there's a new technology being, blowing up in my face, maybe online or whatever. Recently, it's been AI. I've been like, damn, okay, cool. This AI thing is threatening my existence on this planet or my relevance on this planet. I might have to probably, get up to speed and get up to date with this new tech. Okay, I remember that's what happened to social media too. I was freaking out. I was losing my mind because at that time I didn't really have a cell phone like that.
In number as Kenny Dex, as well as Cuckold as the other man. Is that a Cuckold? Is that
no? For your TV.
For your TV.
Please welcome Mr. Carlo Radebe.
Radebe.
Shout out, Carlo. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, thank you for the Oscar. I've suffered greatly.
Yo, this is the GOAT. Let's keep it a K. This is the GOAT. If you know, you know.
Across the board, to South Africa, on the internet, to the people in the clouds that are listening, watching.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. And
how long did you practice that for?
it just came up now.
Yo, Mac, shut up.
And thank you very much for having me on, and to all the people behind your broadcast. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to be heard. And I'm so sorry for the concern. And the one thing I think that touches people's hearts and disturbs them unnecessarily is the banner that actor in financial woes and broke and homeless. And I'd like to correct that. I just did this morning on Facebook. It was never that. When I put out the original post on the 8th of April, Moritz Neethling, thank you, Moritz. I went to Technicon Pretoria with him. The original post had said that I'm financially distressed and that I've lost my residence. And that I am residing on the back of someone's property, a very kind family. I've been staying with them since the beginning of the year. That was the beginning of January. And it did disturb them. I had to go, and when it comes out in the media about 2 days later after the original post, it comes out that they just circumvented the fact that it was financially stranded or broke and lost its place of residence. It comes out broke. I understand they've got to sell their newspapers, and I appreciate, thank you very much for putting out the word for me to the same media that tends to want to sell the paper or the platform, whatever it is on the internet.
Damn, I didn't know it was that bad for Home Slice. You know what I'm saying? I mean, grew up watching this guy on TV, man. Like I said, if you know, you know. Grew up watching this guy on TV. He's been on all these flipping TV stations, if you want to call it that. CBC 1, 2, 3, ETV, etc. He's been in numerous TV shows, and the one that's pretty memorable is Backstage. Even though I was a kid back then, I do know this face. You know what I mean? Now, is he that broke to a point where he can't even pay for his own place? Or am I just jumping to conclusions? Wagwan.
Internet. Thank you very much. Nonetheless, no, I have not been homeless.
Okay.
And there was an article that came out shortly afterwards, about 4 days after the 8th, 4 days afterwards, that
12.
offered help to me in terms of a temporary job, training students at an academy, a well-known and reputable academy. And that obviously it's insinuating that I'm covered and that I'm going to be taken care of. And then very soon afterwards, it comes out, later on that day or the next day, it comes out, have you seen this man? Like on the milk carton. We are looking for him urgently. And I'm looking at this, and on my Facebook post, the front of Facebook, it says my agent's name. it stipulates my agent's names and the telephone number. And when you Google me, Carlo Radebe, one of the first things that comes up, the tabs, is my agent and their name. So this is surprising to my agent myself. Ukuthi bafunana nami manje abantu abafuna ukunginikeza umsebenzi, abantu abathumela imali since the 8th bacabanga ukuthi sengilahlekile ngiyahlanya yini ngicela uncedo, and then the next thing ngiyahamba ngiyozilahla esigangeni. So it's making me, it's discrediting me and any potential help I might get. And now, please, clarity that I posted again. There's a reason why I posted again. The 4th of July, April, May, June, July, the 4th of July. I posted again asking for help. Then I post again the 12th of August. And people, when I don't use the platforms, Twitter and so on, thank you very much, Twitter, for putting out the word for me and getting me some amazing donations. But bear in mind now, getting back to why people, when I go, not going to Twitter, but my Facebook, what people are commenting, spelled out almost like a Twitter link, because there was a lot of people that are upset to Guti. Why is this guy lying on his back? Didn't we send donations? Okay, going back to the help, the 8th of April, that was offered to me without consulting my agent, without even calling me as such. I'm tagged, I'm labeled, I'm branded, I'm owned, I'm going to be taken care of. My agent says, what's this? What's going on? I say, I don't know. Miracles, diablos. There I am. I found rescue from the academy and the people behind it. Isn't that great? Have they called you? Have they contacted you?
No. Using Home Slice's likeness to basically get clout or corner some donations. Where's the money? Where did the money go?
So we wait until I receive a call from somebody at DNA saying, okay, we're on your case. You're going to be taken care of the 1st of May. You're going to have lodgings. We'll get back to you. Somebody will call you and tell you what's what. The donation stopped 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th of April. People get paid the 15th of April. Some people, most of them end of the month. So you must understand that now I'm panhandling people, and they're giving up. I didn't think the date wasn't important to me. It was my state, like, running out of this, that. For 19 years going on, you get used to it when you're alone, you don't have children. So now people are giving up. They're seeing homeless, whatnot. Thank you very much to those people. You think was saying I carry yabantwana benu lena for the middle of the month, towards the end of the month. Lama 100 got to 350. Some people are spiteful. This guy's getting 350 at the end of the month and is trying to get work. Yes, I'm going to double that, Carlo. Yes, 350 just to make double what you've been getting. Thank you so much. That money helped me, and it lasted me April, May, June. The 1st of July, I put out another plea.
That was a lot of money. 2 months, 3 months, for sure. Shout out to the people who helped out Home Slice. I didn't know about this until now. That's crazy. I didn't know Home Slice was broke because I don't really be on Facebook like that. You know what I'm saying? I usually live on YouTube, and sometimes I do spend some time on Instagram. TikTok, not a fan. Twitter, not a fan. So yeah, I had no idea. So both platforms, Facebook and Twitter, that's where he was most active at, or the operation to basically grant donations for Home Slice, which is where I'm not at. But if who knows, maybe if I saw it, I was probably gonna churn in some guap, because yeah, like I said, Home Slice raised us to some degree, to some extent. Yeah, that's wild to me. That's wild that you can have such a successful acting career, you know, but still unable to pay your bills. Bombo clap.
Because now the people that had so generously offered me help with DNA, nothing happened. And then it closed down everything. Okay, I'll get to this thing here now. So now the people that are upset with Twitter, I understand that. And apparently there had been the odd celebrity that had asked for money, maybe before me, 1 or 2. And then after I had asked, unbeknownst to me, I find out later Facebook, celebrity. No, I didn't know about that. I would open a floodgate to a vitriol. Mangboya Futi the second time, the 4th of July. People are to hell with that. and I will address this. So just to go back to DNA, them offering me help. No, I believe for everything there's a reason. And when one door opens and one door shuts, sometimes it's meant to work like that. Another door has opened. And since I posted Lost on the 12th of August, and whatever's been building up, DNA has opened up for me another door, unbeknownst, on a spiritual realm, to me being quiet and coming out and asking for donations because nothing happened, but it happened the way it did. But
Okay.
it might seem nothing happened, it's disappointment. And I kept quiet about that, just hoping, praying, and seemingly I was ghosted. And
Very good point where he said one door closes, another door opens. Sometimes, like he said in his example, his lived example, is that yeah. Sometimes you might feel like, okay, cool, everything is falling apart completely. Everything is just going all the way upside down. That's sometimes that might mean that God just wants to take you away from a situation that you think is ideal for an even better situation that's meant for you. You know, something that you prayed for, and you probably even forgot that you prayed for it, and now it's coming into your life. But sometimes God just doesn't want you to be distracted. He wants you to have undivided attention so that you can be able to focus on whatever He wants you to focus on at the time. So yeah. I'm starting to think that him being on this podcast is also, a way for him to get other doors open in his career, because it seems like he's been through a rough patch this 2024. Let's keep going.
I just gave up, came and asked for donations again. So now what this has led to is my being on a platform like yours, guys, and people wanting to know what the hell is going on.
Yep.
This offer that I got the 8th of April has gathered momentum and steam to this point. It's acted as a springboard now to hop, skip, and jump to where I am. And maybe my plea and my thoughts could be clearer than if I had approached the media and you guys had asked for an interview on after the 8th of April to say, hey, come in here, tell us your story. DJ Smooth, thank you very much. I believe he also has a podcast.
Shout out to Big
Am I
Hot Man.
correct? Thank you.
Yes.
It's like, I worked with
True
you
hustler.
on backstage. I never
Hold
forgot
up, what?
that. Thank you very much.
Hold up, let's play that
So
back.
now, if I'd come out then, it wouldn't be as urgent or as clear to me. In my, I worked with you on backstage. I never forgot that.
Hold up, what? So he just exposed that Zvusiso Kimzegezege, well, DJ Zvu Kimzegezege. Okay, I thought there was a rumor or something. I mean, if he says I worked with you, nigger, at backstage there on ETV, then he probably is Mzegezege. Like, why would he say that? Why would he say that? So DJ Zvu is Mzegezege, I bet.
Thank you very much. So now, if I'd come out then, it wouldn't be as urgent or as clear to me in my mind to speak what I have to speak. But I don't really have anything to say or make proclamations and assertions on or fight anybody. So I thank that original offer, and there's no one to blame. How things have turned out, and I'm sorry for this.
No, no worries,
It's
man.
a good thing I didn't put on my ever-ready batteries this morning. I packed up with Duracell batteries, so this is, and my branding is not good. Yeah, so just to clarify everything, I'm so grateful and I'm so sorry for the concern that I've caused. And some people were crying and whatnot when the original articles came out and DNA posted to the rescue, and they were crying and praying, so that tears haven't fallen to the ground. They haven't been wasted. They've been swelling up and a mounting pressure. And here comes the pressure, and hopefully it's going to open up brand new doors of opportunity for me and for people like me that have worked in this industry for a while, and not just only me, but even younger people that have been given the opportunity to be branded working, and then they wind up not working, not because of anything in particular, but sometimes you have a shelf life and you don't know in this business or any career you're in, there's competition. So then you get sidelined. it's not sidelining. It's a roll of the dice. When you go into this business, you know what it might be like, and it's not everybody that has the opportunity to constantly keep working. So I'm also
Yes.
speaking on behalf of those people to be remembered and to be considered. Because once you're on TV, it might not be. I'm not talking maybe somebody that does one thing, but maybe one thing that has season after season after season on one soap, and it goes on for long. Don't forget those people that they have to carry their heads wherever they go. So when you are considering, please, the producers and the people that are agree or not, that these people, we have used them, we've put a brand on them, a stamp to say, you're careful with that word, celebrity, VIP, very important person. You are a person that's recognizable, a person that was celebrated at some point during your run. So from time to time, they must be remembered, especially veterans.
Sounds like he's referring to something that's, very familiar, especially in sport. Okay, you're only gonna shine bright. You're only gonna have one peak. That's why it's called a peak. Okay, can't have multiple peaks in careers such as acting and sport. There are stars, superstars that started out great in their careers as teenagers, right, or as young adults, and they just blossomed into megastars or superstars in their respective fields. But unfortunately, you'd see that some individuals wouldn't be saving money or investing money in the right businesses. They'll be just splurging and losing control because maybe they didn't come from money, and that's why they're not. Money is a foreign tool to them. So I would say you should consider saving your guap at your peak, putting it in the right investments. Don't splurge your guap because in a career like acting, you would find that there's some instances where there is no gigs for you. Maybe you audition for several roles or several acting positions, and you just not casted as one of the individuals who would be able to act in those type of TV shows. It just so happens that you're in a dry season or a dry year. You know what I mean? And there's, like you said, there's gang competition. So you might want to put that into perspective as well. So great take there.
They must be remembered. And unfortunately, it's not so MBA degree. With the business module now, everything has changed. The crunch to put seats on bums and have a turnover for producers, I can imagine, is tight. So you have, speaking on older actors like me, when you walk into an audition, you're going to have in the front now maybe 2 pages. The social platforms, are you with Facebook? Are you with WhatsApp?
Oh,
Are you
wow.
with Instagram, TikTok, all these things? So, and then
Social media.
you fill in your details. That is discouraging right there out the gate. It's just
Because he's part of the older generation and he's probably not as active as his young competitors in the space of acting in these audition rooms or audition halls. Basically, if you see they want your Instagram, you're like, damn, I don't even have an Instagram, at least in this case, because he's he's more of the older generation type of actors. It's very unfortunate because I think he's saying that to say that in these auditions they pick you according to your clout to some degree. Some people are getting roles based on their clout, and that's crazy. That's bomb clout. That's sad.
and you fill in your details. That is discouraging right there out the gate. It's just discouraging for especially older actors, and you can only go with this one year, but you're not active. And the producers, I can understand, many others can understand in the business, they're using this now to ensure that the people that they hire, when they start shooting the show with approval from the producers, hey, can I post this? Can I post that? When the show starts airing, they're going to go out there and make sure that the money that they've invested in this tough economy comes back to them so that they're able to keep providing jobs and get greenlit for the next projects and have sufficient turnover or profit from the previous production. I understand that, but now to just decide, okay, everybody has to. You have to, if you want a job, you must have social platform activity.
Goodness, man. So that simply means that the older generation to some degree gets sidelined due to the fact that they don't have social presence or social media presence. That is, get what I mean? Great point. the producers obviously want to make a profit, right? They obviously want to make their the money back, the investment that they invested, a return on investment, the ROI. They want to make go up at the end of the day. Okay, it's a business. So now, if we hire social media people who are like influencers, people who are active on social media, who have a social media presence, we could get their fans to drive traffic from their social media pages to our TV show where we featured their favorite influencer. You get what I mean? So that way we can be able to sell more ads and make more go up and make our ROI. And unfortunately, an individual like Homeslice over here, or Carlo, he basically says that he's not really that active on TikTok. He's not that active on platforms like IG, and that obviously puts a toll on him because on his that basically puts a toll on his what's this potential to be actually picked or drafted for these shows. And unfortunately for him, he has to compete against influencers who are very, very active in the space. Sharp Craig? Very active in the space. Basically, Homestars is saying that sometimes you basically don't even have talent like that, but because you have social media presence, you'll be in the space. That's sad. That's sad. Let me play that back.
Yes. Production, I understand that, but now to just decide, okay, everybody has to. You have to, if you want a job, you must have social platform activity. If you don't, then we can't consider you. There should be certain special treatment, but for certain veteran actors, to say the guy hasn't worked in so long, obviously you can see he's not qualified to say I've got so many followers or whatever, because we don't have that mindset now. At a certain age, you burn out. But then let's just look at his audition. If it's
the importance of keeping up with tech, bro, I'm telling you, I always freak out when there's a new technology being blowing up in my face, maybe online or whatever. Recently it's been AI. I've been like, damn, okay, cool, this AI thing is threatening my existence on this planet or my relevance on this planet. I might have to probably get up to speed and get up to date with this new tech. Okay, I remember that's what happened to social media too. I was freaking out, I was losing my mind, because at that time I didn't really have a cell phone like that. You know what I'm saying? I used to lose phones like crazy. I still do. Goodness, man, careless when it comes to phones. But yeah, I remember back in the day when social media was popping off, I was like, damn, I don't have an Instagram account. This shit has been popping for a very long time now. You know what I'm saying? I was losing my mind. And look at me now. I had to adapt. I had to get a social media account. I had to get a new phone. I had to be online. I had to post. I had to get started one way or another. You feel what I'm saying? Same thing with YouTube. When it got popping, I was like, what is this? Pretty interesting. We saw Soulja Boy being the first rapper to land on this flipping platform. You're like, okay, failure. That's nothing. It won't be nothing. Now it's the biggest thing on the planet right now. Get what I mean? So yeah. Always have to be up to date. Otherwise, you're just going to fall behind like home slides. This should be a great lesson for all of us. Let's keep it all the way okay.
There's a callback. And use him. And then he'll do publicity. Yes, as per contract, no problem. And just to be so now, I'm not asking my plea for help. I am not asking Ngoti, mina vele ngispecial, why ngasebenzi ngibe steering. I want to be shooting American movie films with a machine gun out of a helicopter down below at a speedboat at the bad people down there, and I want music. No, anginandaba steering or not. Ukuthi nje ngisebenze, even if it's a few calls, which is what I'm used to. Many other actors, there are many actors.
Yeah.
You don't even know their names. You just know I've seen them in this and this and that. If that's my lot, and they make a living.
Wow.
And that's it's only one movie, a movie that I did for Mzansi Bioscope, Mzansi Magic, Rands and Family. Thank you, Tapelo Mukwena. Thank you to the cast that did that. That I am a lead as the detective. And I don't have anything but gratitude and humility to work with cast and crew, and to get whatever parts are suited for me, whatever felt by the producers and the people behind, I'm able to do. And it's not that I want to be working all the time. I'd like to be given a fair opportunity to audition. And I've been auditioning. I've got a very good agents, contractors, casting agency that's been around since 1997. I've been with them since 2015. And I've had a whole slew of auditions from Netflix to Showmax, independent, the movies and the art TV, and it's all good work that I get the scripts.
Yeah.
And I get many, sometimes thrice a month, sometimes once a month, sometimes it'll be quiet, 2 months go by, and then they start coming in. And over the last 3 years, particularly, nearly 3 years, I've auditioned constantly. And
Yeah. So before social media, we had auditions where they didn't care about your social media presence because it didn't exist at the time. At the time, they probably cared more about what is your experience, which shows have you probably done. If you didn't do any shows whatsoever or any movies or whatever, then probably okay, we're gonna look at your talent. Audition for us. Let's see if you got what it takes. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Homeside's got what it takes because he was on a lot of TV shows back in the day in his peak. You get what I mean? So now it's all about social media presence. And that is so sad to see because that means that a lot of the older generation is basically going to fall into oblivion. Let's keep it all the way okay. That is so, so sad. And I feel bad for him, Slice. I hope that one way or another, his cry for help will be heard somehow. And I'll basically try to share my piece of assistance so that he's able to secure some sort of role that'll basically put him in a position where he's going to be able to, feed his family and feed himself as the legend that he is. Well deserved, great human being, great flippin' intelligent guy, as I've seen him talk here for the past 20 minutes with MacG and Saul completely dead quiet. Never seen that before.
And the doors
in the history
closed,
of
like they
podcasting
do
chill.
in any profession. When you go for an interview, you're not guaranteed that you're going to get work. And within reason, yeah, they do close. You trip and fall, boom, boom, and then a door opens and you come in and you don't get what you're hoping for, audition for, but you get to work and you realize you're appreciated and you're needed. And at the end of the year, you've done this and that. Somebody says, how do you make a living? You say, I'm an actor. Okay, I'm an artist, I'm an engineer.
Yep.
I submit my tax at the end of the year, and it's not to be able to do that. It's not the first time. I don't even remember my accountant's name, but there are many times when I don't submit tax. 2 years, I've stopped apologizing and calling her every time at the beginning of tax season to say, so sorry, but I have Marina. So sorry, Marina, but
It's
I
been a
haven't
bad
worked the
year.
previous year. As soon as I'm working the new tax year, obviously you'll know. It's heartbreaking, man, not to work at all. And if anything, I'd like the
No,
chance to be auditioned. And
had the same conversation a few hours back with the homie of mine, okay? Yeah, he's also extremely frustrated. He shares the same sentiment as Home Slice. It's very difficult to not be able to work. You know what I'm saying? He's a grown man. You know what I'm saying? He's had his peak before. But I was talking to a friend of mine who's in his late 20s now, and Home Slice is frustrated. I mean, he served the past 7 years, 6, 7 years. I'd say 7 years at this point because we're in 2024. Basically, just slaving for a bank, one of the big banks. I think it's the blue one. Homestar has been slaving for this blue bank, bro. And yeah, till this day, he's just been, doing some contractual work, 12 months here and there. Sit at home for another 6 months. They call him again for another 12. You know what I'm saying? Some things like internship programs, and it's like, bro, if I've been working for one company for the past 7 years, jumping from one internship program or one program to the next, at some point I'm gonna need to sit down with you guys and pray and beg for a flipping permanent offer. How is it that I moved from 4 departments? This is my homie crying to me. How did I move from 4 departments, okay, doing multiple tasks at different departments for 7 years straight, and you guys still don't have a job offer for me? I told my homie, I'm like, yo, my guy, to keep it all the way okay with you, bruh, we've been low-key kind of scammed, dog. We've been kind of scammed, told that we need to go to school, study hard, and, get a good, secure, well-paying job. And, yeah, everything will be green after that. It's not really the case. There's a lot of youth in South Africa that is unemployed, okay? I'm lazy to look at the numbers, but I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's about 40% of the youth of South Africa that's unemployed. You know what I mean? I'm going to take another wild guess and say over 50% of the youth in South Africa that studied for a certain course or degree. Maybe you went to college or varsity, or maybe you did some online stuff. Like more than half of those people are not doing jobs that they studied for. Sad times that we live in. The worst economy we've ever lived in over the past couple of decades. And yeah. It's not looking too good for South Africa. It's not looking too good for the South African youth. And I see a lot of South African youth drowning themselves in alcohol. You know what I'm saying? I saw another little TikTok that was basically just breaking down the top 10 countries that have the highest consumption of alcohol. And yeah, South Africa was in that list as well. Didn't do my due diligence to see if it's true or false, but yeah, we're in that list as well. You get what I mean? So yeah. It's not looking too good for our country. I know China is definitely not in the list, because in China it's a whole lot of grown folk there. Okay, the population of China is a lot of older people, and the population of South Africa is a lot of younger people. So we are literally the opposite of China when it comes to an age difference in population. Okay, so yeah, the youth of South Africa is drinking a lot of alcohol, and on top of that, we are flipping unemployed. You know what I mean? So yeah, we live in very, very tricky situations currently here post-COVID. It's bomb club, man. You know, pray for South Africa, pray for the youth, and pray for even grown-ups who are unable to, fend for themselves.
And to work, since the doors are slammed. But then why am I special? So many actors go through that.
Pray for
100%. And I think the
Tell you what, let me leave it at that for now, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? I don't have enough time to actually cover everything. It's a pretty long episode. But yeah, this is the GOAT, this is the legend. Appreciate you guys for checking out this piece of the podcast with me. And yeah, without any further ado, I'll probably continue on with another part of the same episode. We'll have to see what happens. You know, I'm talking about.
Hello, talking man, nigga, that snitch.